Whew. Oh, hello there. Hey, yeah, I'm just on this car park thingy on the side of the highway because it's Sunday and I need to make a video. So I thought, why not just make it here? So here I am making this video. Actually, right now I'm on the way to Berlin because I just was on campaign for a week in Augsburg for Save the Children. And now I'm going to be for another week fundraising for Save the Children in Berlin. And that's why I'm driving there right now. Gonna have another 2 hours of driving ahead of me, but I wanted to make this video first. Yeah, this week actually was very was a nice week because like the people I worked with, I've not met them before, but this work is a lot about team dynamic, and I felt like this team, we had a nice, relaxed team dynamic. Like there was no friction, and that's always good. Had a apartment with another team with actually Mark and Natasha, which you might know already because I've worked with them before. So that was also kind of cool to, in the evening, spend time with another team in the team house. And yeah, but the thing I actually wanted, so I thought like, what am I gonna talk about in this video? And I thought, I picked a post on Instagram that I posted recently that went quite good, and it was a quote, and it said, "The trick to working more is to work on something that doesn't feel like work." And I wanted to talk about it because I feel like it's true, and I think like it's a very major point on why you see a difference between people who spend a lot of time working on their own projects, on growing growing personally, versus people stagnating. There are two groups, I feel like. And I think like the reason why, like it's all about mindset. Like if you do something and to you it feels like work, like in your head you classify it as work, then I feel like by definition you won't be able to do it a lot, because for us work means doing something so you can finance all the other stuff you want to do besides work, right? Like if you go work, you make money from it, and you do it so that you can finance all the other stuff that you do when you're not working, right? Like when you're at home, so you can buy stuff for your home, to go out to eat, to go on holidays, to, I don't know, do all kinds of stuff. And those are all stuffs you do outside of work. And so by that definition, of course it makes sense to not work too much, because if you work to finance all the other stuff you want to do besides work, then if you work more, then you can do less of the stuff you want to do besides them. And then it makes sense. But if you don't actually work for the things that happens if you're not working, then you are able to work more, but then it doesn't feel like work, because then you're doing it to do it, not to do other stuff, but to do the task itself. Like you're not doing the working task to then be able to do something else, you're doing it for itself. And I realized that for myself, like the fundraising work I do currently for Save the Children, I make money from it, but I realized like I would still do it if I would get no money from it. Like, of course I would do less because I would have to work on the side, do something else to finance it, but I would still do it. I would still do the exact same thing I am doing right now if I would make no money from it, because I'm doing it for itself. Because of the way that I meet people, I learn so much about myself, I learn so much about other people. Like I'm doing it for that. Like I would actually do it if I would make no money from it. I would actually lose money from it. And so I think that actually makes the difference. Like what do you think artists or musicians or actors or all these people, what do you think they do? Like they do the things they would do anyways. Like there are so many artists out there who just paint the whole day and make just enough to make a living, and are the happiest person ever, or who work the minimal amount of just any kind of side job they need to do to make a living, and then all the rest of the day they paint, or they make music, or they play sports, or like anything else, write movie reviews. But I think like it needs to be something where you actually create. So instead of listening to music, making music. So instead of reading books, writing books. Like instead of consuming products, like create a new product which people can use. Like anything where you actually create instead of consume. I feel like this is what you need to find. Find that thing where you create and it doesn't feel like work while you create, because you actually do it to do it, and not to then after that do something else just because you did it. I'm not sure if that makes any sense, but I hope I can make clear this point in some way, because that's also why I feel like you don't need to rest from it. Like the reason why you need rest from work is because, again, it feels like work. Because I actually don't think work is physically exhausting unless you actually do a job that is physically demanding, but most of us don't. I feel like sitting in an office is not physically exhausting, it's only mentally exhausting, because in your head you're always thinking like, instead of this I could be doing something else that I actually want to do, spending time with my friends or family, watching a movie, going out, I don't know what, anything but that work task. And then of course it's mentally draining, and then of course if you get back from work you need to do something to relax your mind. But let's what's actually less exhausting about watching Netflix than is about answering emails or editing a video? Like both times you sit in front of the screen, do a very minor task that is not very like cognitively, is that the word, demanding. But the reason why you rather watch a movie than answer emails, even though it's the same amount of energy, is because you categorize answering emails as work and watching a movie as not work, because you feel like you have a choice. For me, like, because I want to change the world, I feel like, am I gonna change the world by watching Netflix? No, I won't. By just sitting here and listening to music? No. It's by actually putting in the work. And if that means answering emails, making a video, editing a video, writing blog posts, I don't know what is needed at that moment, I just do it because I feel like I have no other choice. Like it doesn't feel like work for me, and that's why I feel like I don't need a break any more than I just need to rest, which means sleep 8 hours, which I don't always get, but I'm trying, you know. And like also this for me, like making this video, I'm gonna now edit it a very minor way and then upload it, and then driving another 2 hours getting there. It doesn't feel like work for me. Like, of course I could be like not do this, but I have no choice. Like for me, it's Sunday. I decided I want to document my journey. That meant for me making one YouTube video every Sunday, or at least once a week, if I can, and I can, and so I'm gonna do it. And like, there's no choice for me to not do it. So this is not work for me. And I don't actually know what the point of this video is, because I'm just figuring out that for myself. But I feel like if we can all find that one thing where we can just create something and it doesn't feel like work for us while we create, like we don't in our head categorize it as work, then we found the golden nugget. Yeah, and now I'm gonna edit this video, upload it, and I wish you guys a wonderful, wonderful Sunday. Thank you guys so much for watching, and please comment below what you think about this concept of what I just rambled about. Please. Thank you so much.